Hello everyone. For a while now I've been wanting to bring you one of my favorite recipes that my dad makes using his Vitamix, his homemade almond butter. I love it. It is so delicious and it's so easy to spread on anything. When I was getting ready for this video, I realized that a lot of people are saying you don't need a Vitamix to make almond butter. So I thought it would be interesting if we did a blender comparison and give you our honest review. Okay, so I'm here now with my dad and my mom, and I'm going to share with you which blenders we have, which models, so you kind of know which ones we're going to be using for this blender blast off. So we have the Vitamix 5000, and you said you've had this for about 20 years, would you say?
20 years.
Okay. And you had maybe to send it in once for repair?
Yeah, the container, we had to put the new blade in.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. 20 years, just one repair, and it's still working great. And it has a 1380 watt power engine, and it's a 6-cup capacity. So that's what we have for our Vitamix. And just like a price point comparison, the closest I could find for this, because it is older, is about $450. But something else that I found interesting, if you go on the Vitamix website, they sell refurbished Vitamixes. So that would be kind of a nice option if you do want a higher powered engine, something like a Vitamix, to go onto their website and possibly buy a refurbished one, because you wouldn't have to pay quite as much for the latest and the greatest, but you might make it a little bit more affordable. And then I have the Oster Versa, and it has a 1400 watt power engine, and it is currently selling for $229 on Amazon. It has a low profile jar, so it's nice to store on the countertop. It has a safety feature. I've used it with my kids before, and sometimes if it tips while it's running, it will automatically turn off. And I like to use it mostly for smoothies, soups, sauces, things like that. And I forgot to ask you what you like to use what you mostly use it for.
Mostly soups and smoothies.
Okay. And then my mom has her Ninja food processor. I have heard that you can make almond butter using a food processor. It just takes a little bit longer, so we thought we would give it a try. We don't know how it's going to turn out. Like I said, I have never tried making almond butter with this blender. He has made almond butter lots of times using his Vitamix, so we're going to compare. And this is a 400 watt food processor. And how long have you had that?
About 8 years.
8 years. And what all do you like to make with it?
I love to chop my onions in here. You don't have to cry. And strawberries, my fresh fruit, I love doing those in there.
Perfect. So the first thing we are going to test is shredding or breaking down ice. And we're going to compare the results. So we will see you in a little bit. Okay, we are back, and one thing I forgot to mention is that the Ninja food processor, the price point is about $40 right now, so just so you have that price comparison. And we have our ice. We are ready to go, so we're going to start that. Okay, I'm going to give you a close-up of what it looks like, and then we'll go from there. So now we are ready to make some almond butter and compare the blenders making them. And we are starting with almonds that are already oven roasted, but if you do want to start with raw almonds, you will need to roast them in the oven 325 degrees, 8 to 10 minutes. And you want to make sure that they're cooled back down to room temperature before you blend. And we're also going to put the timer on just to kind of compare how long it takes for each blender. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Well, we were going to compare the three blenders then and make smoothies and compare the results of those, but we were unable to do that because the other two blenders overheated. So we are just left with our Vitamix. I'm going to finish it off with, this is a great way to use up the almond butter that's left over in your blender. I'm going to make a smoothie here. I have some frozen bananas, some frozen berries, a few ice cubes, and some almond milk. And here we go. Well, the results are in, so let's compare. So for our Ninja, some of the pros and cons. It did overheat at 12 minutes and 56 seconds. It did make almond butter though. It was very chunky, but it was almond butter. And it was very easy to clean up. You just remove the blade, the almond butter easily removed in one big chunk. And so the Ninja itself is probably one of the easiest ones to clean up. And then the Oster Versa, it overheated at 5 minutes. I did let it cool and was able to blend it a little bit more, but it only went for 2 to 3 minutes and then it overheated again. I did have to send that blender in for repair once, and so I wonder if that's just part of it. But overall, the Oster Versa does everything that I need it to do, but I'm not going to be trying to make almond butter with my blender again. And the Vitamix, well, let's just say this is one unique review, unlike others that are 7 months old, 2 to 5 years old. This Vitamix is 20 years old with one repair, and it is the only blender of the 3 that made creamy, smooth almond butter. And then after that, it's the only one that wasn't overheated to go on to make a smoothie as well. And it made it in 6 minutes. So our Vitamix is our clear winner today.
Yes.
First, we're gonna try the Ninja food processor almond butter. See what you guys think.
Okay, that's Grandma's. What do you think of that?
Good.
A little stiff.
Next, we'll try the Oster Versa Blender almond butter.
This is nice, chunky almond.
And lastly, we'll try the Vitamix.
What do you think?
Hands down, pretty good.
That is good.
for this week. Hope to see you next week. Take care.